The time of year and season where the most temptation is now on offer. The start of where the double game weeks are officially at birth, with one coming in 26. But nonetheless, we still got another game week in the traps, it being game week 25. Welcome to the FPL Addicts edition for such the game week. And as always, it's an early one, Wednesday night. We're just under 48 hours away from the upcoming deadline. Without further ado, let's get cracking onto it. We've got to introduce our guy who loves helping people out last minute. It's none other than Marcello. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening. How are you? How's Miriam in the chat doing? Shout out, you guys.
Well, how's Miriam in the chat? And will there be delirium in the chat, in fairness, especially with the players we could eye up? The sides especially, I could tell maybe to an extent you're probably in delirium. Is this the best time of year for you?
Yeah, it was good. Well, you were on FPL Addicts, so enjoyed that show.
Wait, good. You mean Juice?
Oh yeah, FPL Juice, sorry. The last ever one. Can't believe them guys are ditching the FPL, but hopefully they'll keep the chicken wings, which I saw you had some problems with. But yeah, good show. Really enjoyed it. Watched it on catch up today as I was in the class. So yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I like your little sub caption underneath your username this evening with the double G. I know it means double game week, but with double G, that could also be Snoop Dogg as well.
Oh yes. Not sure how to change that now.
No, it's good. We all rate it. Good evening and good morning, game, wherever you may be tuning in. But we got a bit to get on with. We had would you describe 24 as a high scoring game week, and maybe we got the most things in our most elements of what we were expecting to our favor?
Yeah, I feel like most of the picks that we predicted to do well, or like predictors in general, and that players picked in general, like, you know, some popular Twitter picks did really well. Which is kind of nice, I think. It's good when we kind of are like, oh, I knew those teams and players would bang, and they did. So happy days.
Happy days, especially for yourself, keeping such a highly competitive rank at this time
we all got
year.
quite high scores there, didn't we? So that's good.
Yeah, 64 for yourself up on the screen at the minute, and wow, some cracking picks involved.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite good, but it could have been better, really, because I got a few benching headaches wrong. So if you scroll down, you'll see Kelleher got a 10-pointer over Pickford's 2. Bowen got an 8-pointer over Wilson's 2. So those are a bit annoying. And I did sell Wirtz to Enzo, and Wirtz outscored Enzo. So I felt good to get a good score. I played it safe. I covered the EO. I didn't take many risks. And I kind of, you know, got what I wanted, which is just a nice low risk, low reward game week, rather than kind of punting on some differentials and going against some highly owned players where I could have got better. But I think if you get punished the other way, it would have been a lot worse. Whereas I got punished now and I kind of kept up with the average. So I'm kind of happy with my decisions in the end, even though it could have been so much better. But you can't get too greedy.
18 points across 2 players, and I want to get to the moment which caught a lot of people's attention on Twitter over the weekend. Jared Bowen scored. How would you describe your process behind taking your usual selfie on that front?
Oh yes, I was just a bit upset. So, you know, I take a few shots like of my natural reaction, try and keep it as natural. Obviously, like I was like this, face palm. Actually, as I took it, I was thinking, this is so DJ Khaled suffered from success. And then, I just put that up, and it was quite funny because someone on Twitter said, "Wow, this is the first time you've uploaded a sad photo of yourself," which just shows like how good my FPL luck has been recently. So, it's not too bad when the worst thing that happened to you is your third striker scoring, 8 points. But yeah. No, it's fun. I like to show all sides, not just the ups but the downs as well. Because when we play FPL, we do struggle with bad decisions, bad luck, and it's important to kind of just laugh it off. I think, even though you can be fuming in those moments.
That's a really good point you raised, because I remember, I think when I was, for example, 18 and I went Cello out, Eden Hazard in during the festive period, and I kind of took it a little too personal. It made me swerve away from watching football matches in general, just because the outcome wasn't necessarily going to my favour. So, but I think as you kind of get older and more years of experience, you do look at the lighter side more, as you mentioned.
Yeah. Well, I think it's harder now because I kind of take FPL even more seriously now than I did before. And when you get things wrong, it can be quite overwhelming. But no, it's important to just remember, it's a game. I don't know how people have bad game weeks and they stay on social media. Like, as soon as that Saturday was done, I had a bad Saturday. Like, my phone's off. I was like watching I don't know, YouTube documentaries or anything else to take my mind off it. I don't want to see everyone having amazing game. I mean, obviously I haven't even had a bad game week, but at the start of the season when I was ranked 5 million, I would just log off Twitter. Don't check FPL until I'm back in the frame of mind. I saw Kieran had a bad week last week and he was going for runs, and I think that's brilliant. Do something positive to take your mind off things. I've gone for a run after a bad game week, clear your head, and then you come back and you're okay, on to the next week. So yeah, it's important to. It's also important to think like I just said, the decision was made by me before for a reason. So I'm happy with the decision, even if the outcome wasn't as perfect as it could have been, for example. So yeah, I think it's important to keep that in mind. You can't control the outcome.
Across all episodes this season, I'm convinced this is the most sense we've spoken in the opening 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is superb. I don't tend to take it for granted. All right, so here's me. 68, so only just a few points better. Yeah.
Look at that. It's a good team. Bloody hell.
They scored well. Let's put it that way. People only scored 3s, 8s, or 9s.
Yeah, but you'd expect this team to do well. Haaland, Semenyo, brilliant. Double Arsenal. Have you only got 2 Arsenal? Have you?
Yeah, 2 Arsenal at the minute.
2 Arsenal. Double Chelsea. The best 2 Arsenal, the best 2 Chelsea, the best 2 City. Cunha, who's hit an amazing form. Harry Wilson, who's been amazing. Senesi's got an amazing fixture run. Mukiele, who's the best value player in the game. And obviously, if you started Dubravka, Kelleher instead of Dubravka, who are both amazing picks as well. This is just an incredible team. Yeah, and you'd expect it to do well, and it has. Get the captaincy. Well, I don't know. You still go Haaland, but Haaland gets another goal there, you'd be absolutely flying. Who's on your bench as well?
Oh, well, we've got
2 forwards.
Yeah, 2 forwards. I got let off by Thiago and Voltman, but it's for Kelleher, similar to you. Did we expect that from Brentford? Because they did go down to 10 men, and then after that, you'd be thinking that Villa would score, but they didn't.
Well, I thought Villa did score at one point. I was listening on the radio, and Tammy Abraham had scored, and then they went back
the ball
5
was
minutes
out.
later, and it was cancelled. I was oh, that's a shame. Because my friend he bought Tammy Abraham on Wildcard, and at first I was this is a terrible idea, mate. What are you doing? And then I found out Watkins was injured, and it was okay, maybe you're onto something here. And then he scored, and I was well done, mate. And then I was oh, never mind. Shout out Matthew if you're watching this.
Always welcome shout outs. So that is in terms of aside, you speak more positivity about my team than probably as much as I would combine through the course of the episodes all season. Yeah.
It's quite similar to mine, just a few better defenders. And Cunha, I think Man U is that guy really going to cut his hair?
Two games away. Yeah, so Spurs at home and West Ham away, the haircut game.
They'll beat Spurs and then they'll lose to West Ham, won't they?
Okay, before we address the big elephant in the room, we all know what that is. We've got some comments, as always, and they're always welcoming. Kieran, who's just popped one in now. Yes, Thank you. Dan McDonald, I know you got a question in that will come to you shortly. Miriam, as always, thank you for popping by. Now, we love questions. I hope you're taking the -4 going into a weekend. Thiago and Watkins out. Ekatike and Pedro in. What's our thoughts on this?
Thiago Watkins. Well, Watkins has got an injury, but it might not be that long. But I don't know how long he'll be out for. Is he back?
I don't know.
Thiago has a couple more bad fixtures, and then his fixtures get really good, and you will want him until 31. I think from 28. If you can bench Thiago, that's a good thing. Ekatike has got a couple bad games, and then you'll want anyone. Huh?
Sorry, I didn't.
He could score against anyone. Yeah, as well. I mean, it's Man City. It could be like a high-scoring game, similar to Newcastle, but then it's Sunderland away, and then they kind of get a bit better on paper. And then João Pedro's got his good games now, so you kind of want João Pedro now, and then Thiago and Ekatike you want in a couple weeks. I wouldn't take. He is going to take a -4, so okay, fair enough. You wanted my advice. I'm not sure.
I am with you. I don't think it's worth a hit.
Yeah. It depends who your other players are, of course. Like, if you've got Mukiele on your bench, you can just play him even though he's got hard fixtures now. They can always come up with a result. 0-0 draw with Arsenal, I think it is. So it depends on your other players, but yeah, I don't really like hits. I've noticed it's so tight. Like, I was looking at a hit this week, and like the difference between rank, like at least where I am, like 4 points is like so many thousand rank, like 1,000 or so ranks, and I don't know, it gets a bit tight. So every single point is so precious.
Yeah. Which I think for me the season's boiled down to fielding of long goalkeepers week in, week out. Now, our answer to the previous question could be replicated here, where it's worthy of thinking about, but could well be a no. Triple captain next week for sure. I feel there's a really obvious answer here, but as it stands, would you triple captain Gabriel or Rice if you had to pick? And along that, is this coming double game week, 26, the best opportunity for triple captain?
Yes, I think so. With all the information we have, and I've got Rice and Gabriel, so I have to make that choice as well. It's quite a good double.
Brentford and Wolves.
Both away. The only thing is, can you see Brentford and Wolves scoring? I tweeted last night like I had a vision. Oh, Thiago and Mane wiping Arsenal's clean sheets in both those games. And then if that happens, then you'd be fuming if you triple captain Gabriel. You'd want at least one clean sheet, a couple DEFCONs, chance of a goal, or assist from a header. It just doesn't seem like Gabriel's kind of scoring now. I think Saka out kind of helps because he isn't great at corners. So Rice and Madueke on corners. I still don't get the love for Rice. Short Arsenal defender is a better option for third Arsenal asset. The thing is, I've got Timber, and I'm scared that he's even going to play. So, is Timber even going to play all these games? I'm scared Timber will play this weekend because it'll be his third game in 7 days. They've got a lot of games, these Arsenal players.
In addition, between the 2 games, they've got Wigan at home as the FA Cup fixture, and we saw that Mikel Arteta went near full strength away at Portsmouth. Does he do the same thing? Does he do the same approach at home to Wigan?
Yeah, exactly. Like, they will want to win every trophy this year. They're not going to just throw that FA Cup away. But they do have a big squad, could be a good chance to get other players in. But yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Like, Portsmouth, he went quite well. He did rotate a bit, didn't he? Like, you never know. It is risky.
It is. And what about Wolves? Do you believe we're considering anyone, or probably not?
Well, I don't know. If you think Mane scores against, is it Everton and Arsenal? Then yeah, sure, get them in. But I don't think so. Maybe a midfielder would be the best shout. But then you're not going to want a Wolves midfielder because the defender will get minus points for every goal. A midfielder, might get DEFCON. But I will not be going near Wolves, especially as they'll be blanking in 31. So you'll just need a transfer to take them in and a transfer to take them out again in 31. And it's just not a good use of transfers in my opinion.
I'm with you. I don't believe they've just shown enough in general, let alone to be consistent at all. And it reflects on the league table. Speaking of another table to look at the public league now, this fella, Ryan, second spot, securing still up by 34 points. I'm curious.
Whoa.
We got 105 points.
Be a bench boost. No bench boost. Gosh.
-8.
He must just watch the stream.
That's mental.
That is a great team. And he benched Timber as well. Gosh. Ekatike, Jab, Pedro, Haaland. Bruno captain. Sarr back. Gosh, has he just transferred Sarr in? Enzo and Wirtz is perfect. Bloody Chalobah letting the team down.
Yeah. He's just outside the top 10k too. So
he took a -4. Can you click on transfers? It must be Sarr and maybe João Pedro. If you click on the top right there. I didn't even know you could do that.
It was.
Oh, Chalobah and João Pedro in. So he's had Sarr since.
So he didn't make any transfers heading into.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's taken 5 for a hit. So he had 4 rolled. There you go. And this is why I love saving up like transfers. Like the combination to like chase these big fixture swings. We always saying 24 big fixture swing, get on Chelsea, triple Chelsea in, Bruno in, Sarr in. And it's paid off for him 100 points.
What is so amazing, and you see so rare, probably twice within the space of 3 seasons or whatnot, is that you see nearly every player return for your team. It's incredible.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever had that.
Yeah, I would need a bit of backtracking in the archives. Right, here we go. Here we go, Marcello?
Yeah.
We have this guy full of numbers, full of stats, and he's been exploring within the last couple of days who the best Arsenal options could well be heading into Double Gameweek 26. Plus, if there's any temptation for Wolves. But my favourite part of the show every week is this. It's all yours.
Yeah, so here are the fixtures. Game week 25 now. Are we at game week 25? Mm-hmm. And yeah, this week Sunderland, they have finished their nice fixture run. They now play Liverpool, Arsenal, Fulham, Bournemouth, Leeds. A lot of tough games there for them. Why is this so high? Okay. So yeah, Mukiele, are you tempted to sell him, or are you just gonna keep him, bench him, or just play him for DEFCON and a cheeky assist against Arsenal?
Okay, great question. I wasn't expecting a question 1 minute in. I think bench for now, because we've seen on a few occasions this season, there's been 20 plus points benched. So if there's a suitable starter that can come in, leave the transfer. But if not, and everyone's just got a load of bollocks and tough fixtures, then a move would be made. But at the minute, look, Michele has annoyed me more than myself having celebrated him because I've just benched him in the wrong week. So I think hold for now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's great value anyway. It's not like it's holding up loads of funds.
Yeah.
And then who's got a good fixture this week? We've got Arsenal. They're kind of top here. Burnley, Fulham, Leeds, Chelsea have still got 3 more. And I guess West Ham are coming to the end of their run. And then next up at the top is Palace and Bournemouth. So keep an eye on them because you'll be jumping on them for these nice games here. I mean, you could even go Palace attacker against Brighton. They usually concede a lot of goals. You know, Sarr might do well this week. And then the next following weeks, I do like the idea of Sarr. And then Man U and Tottenham. This is a nice run for Ismail Sarr. And then, you know, Palace have just signed Strand Larsen as well. I can see us getting a lot of goals here. The oppositions are not going to keep clean sheets against us here, I don't think. So someone's going to score. We've signed Gesson from Villa on loan. And, you know, Brennan Johnson, Pino, but Sarr, I think. No Mateta, so Sarr might be on penalties. I think Sarr is a great shout from this week. I didn't realise we played Man U and Tottenham after. Do you like Sarr?
I do. Yeah, I don't think no one's particularly
and then
mentioned
afterwards it's Leeds. Oh my god. That is a nice entry point for Sarr. We've also got... let's see.
Brighton do concede a lot, to be fair, as well.
They do. It's a nice entry point. Could be a wait and see, and then, you know, if he does well this week, then you can get him in. So these are roughly the fixtures sorted by 31. So looking at this block and then wildcarding, which is why these ones are at the top. Yeah, you got Leeds, but then it's a blank against Man City. So that's the only thing about Palace, is you will need to sell them for 31. So that's probably putting a lot of people off. Well, if Man City win tonight. So if Man City lose tonight...
So they're 2-0 up.
Yeah, but if they do, then Sarr would be a great option and Palace defence for this run. And we do well away. So, you know, you got 2 nice home games and then away. I can see Sarr being amazing for this run. Oh my God, I'm tempted. On pens as well.
How long is Mateta out for?
He is refusing to do anything. I think he's going to need surgery, and he wanted to leave, and, you know, he's upset that the fans were booing him. You know, he failed 2 medicals to Milan and Juventus, and I think it's all Sarr now. I mean, Strand Larsen might be on penalties over Sarr. I feel like it's 50-50. But this is really interesting. I love the idea of selling, you know, Bowen next week. I can go down to Strand Larsen. If Strand Larsen scores this week, I'm probably buying Strand Larsen for Bowen next week, because that's a nice jump from West Ham. Nice test against Brighton, see how he settles in. And then you've got these. But then you have to sell him against Man City. So I'll be cheering on Newcastle tonight for sure. 100%, because they blank. And Newcastle are playing Sunderland in 31. Whereas I've got 3 Man Cities in my team at the minute. So that causes more problems for 31. So if Newcastle can come back and not blank, and Palace and Man City don't blank. Interesting. Very interesting.
What I like about this is, for example, I know you get the spreadsheets up, and then there's 2 different ways of going about it. You either type up your thoughts, put it as a tweet. But what's good about here is that you say an initial amount of thoughts, and then you branch it out from there. And I think that's what makes it incredibly impressive in how you take on the information, but your ability to also help so many other people out. Just seeing colors in front of us, it's like eating like some meat and getting as much salad as you can on.
Yeah. Well, I'm such a fixtures guy. I think the fixtures are so important, and it's just like, yeah, it's important to think about these things to get a good team. Is this my team here? I think this is still my team. Why is everything so big today? So if you look at my game week 31 here, you see I've got 3 blankers, the Arsenal guys, and then Haaland, Semenya, and Gahey as well. So I need to make 3 transfers out of 3 of these players out of my team before 31 if I want to play 11 men in 31. And I've got 1 transfer now, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 transfers. So that means apart from those 6 guys, 3 out of my 7 transfers have to be on these guys. So I've got 4 transfers to play with if Man City win tonight. If Man City don't win, I don't need to make any transfers in 31. I can just bench my 3 Arsenal guys and then bring in players who are, as long as they're not blanking in 31. Then I'll have more transfers to play with. So Newcastle winning tonight means I'm thinking about these transfers that I will need to use. So important to count how many players you've got blanking in 31 and how many transfers you've got now and how many transfers you'll be gaining before 31. So yeah, that's been on my mind this week.
Excellent. As always, it really is. And this, if you want a proper top rank, these are the sort of measures you have to go down. And there's no better role model than Marcello. How was your tweet too, saying welcome to the day in a life?
Oh yes, that was I posted that one from a few months ago actually, and then I think back then I had like 1,000 followers on Twitter, and then now it's gone up to 9. So yeah, it's really
wow, man, it's some great stuff you're doing. So you
spoke
about yeah.
That is my setup here. I liked your comment. You were like,
actually, yeah, I'll get that up now. So in case anyone missed it, this is his setup with 6 screens.
Yeah. And you asked which one the FPL juice on. It's on the laptop here, so that's where you're on.
So if that's where I am and a stream is going on, what are on the other 3 screens? Are they your spreadsheets or?
Well, this is on here. The other ones are just empty at the minute. But I have my spreadsheets on standby. We're talking about like DEF CON as well this week, and like, do you watch football with like multi-screens, or DEF CON is boring? But I feel like a reason I find DEF CON really fun is because I like following like the bonus points last season on the side of the match. Do you like use another screen like your phone or another laptop when you watch the game, or are you just focused on the game when you're like watching a match live in the game week?
I tend to just focus on the match itself and check at halftime if I need to, because whenever I have my phone near me, I do get distracted quite easily. So once it's completely out of pocket, I just enjoy that downtime, and I just kind of watch football and just take everything in as it is. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think that's the majority of people as well, because a lot of people are saying, oh, DEF CON isn't fun because when you watch the game, you don't really know, like, has your player DEF CON, or you check at halftime and you're like, oh, that's a surprise. Whereas, I don't know, there might be people like me who are following along on the app live, so you're like refreshing while like, the ball goes out for a throw on. I'll check on my phone, or I'll have another screen open at the same time. So I feel like my experience with DEF CON and how I follow FPL is kind of why I like it so much, and why I'm not too bothered about like how my players get points, because I don't do it just for DEFCON because I was doing this for the bonus points last season anyway. Like seeing, oh, this person's now on 3, or Haaland dropped down to 2 bonus, or Semenyo's just got yellow carded, now he's on 0 bonus. I was already kind of doing it, and then DEFCON doing that is like counting a different thing, but in exactly the same way. So, yeah, I kind of get that people who don't use multi-screens might not enjoy DEFCON as much because you know that your player's goal scores a goal or got an assist. But yeah, maybe just try it out and try and see if you can follow it on another screen or on another laptop or something. So that's kind of why I brought that tweet back as well, because I was kind of saying this is how I play FPL with 6 screens. I'm not just watching the game. I'm watching a game with Twitter on one, BBC scores on another, FPL game week on another, and Opta on another one to see how many DEFCONs everyone's got. So yeah, I just thought it was interesting that people play it differently.
It's phenomenal. That's what it is. You spoke about players before and which ones we should target. Now, do the most in what we've mentioned already match the transfer traffic heading into this weekend. This is how it looks here. So plenty of red and blue on the left and then all sorts of colours on the right. What is surprising you, if it is anything?
Not too surprising, really. João Pedro and Chelsea in. Enzo, they've still got good fixtures. It's getting a bit late into getting them in, I think. Like, when you make a transfer, you want that transfer to have the most value over a long time. If you want to keep João Pedro in your team for 10 weeks, then it's good. But I feel like a lot of people are getting him in now for these free games, and then they'll use another transfer to get him out. Whereas those who bought him a few game weeks ago, you're kind of getting more out of your transfer. Bruno, I think, is fine. He's amazing. He's the best player in the game, I think. I don't own him, but I'm not surprised that he's doing so well. Ekatike and Wirtz, I mean, they've got 2 more tricky fixtures, but they're both on fire, and I love to see it because I really like those 2 players. I sold Wirtz last week because of these hard fixtures, and then, obviously he still punished me. But yeah, I think they're just on fire. Their connection, they play together well. It's like Watkins and Rogers, Ekatike, Wirtz. If one doesn't score, they're assisting the other one. So yeah, I really like those 2. Saka out, obviously, is injured. Saka owners, you're so lucky because why do you still owe him? Bruno G still injured, I think, even though he's made a bench appearance. I think he made the bench in Europe and then he's out of the squad. So yeah, just get rid of him. The fixtures aren't there. People are jumping off Thiago and they are jumping off Watkins. What this tells me is people are still playing free up front, probably, which, even though strikers are not playing as well as they should, not scoring as many FPL points as previous seasons, I think certain managers don't really mind that, but also it's quite good because the best strikers, João Pedro, Ekatike, they've got some nice fixtures coming up. So, as long as they score, they can always get some points. But I'm just waiting to come off of this 3 strikers up front in FPL and just play more midfielders, more centre backs. And I just haven't been able to do it yet, which is a bit frustrating, to be honest.
We saw formation last week, it being 4-5-1, which I know is something that you'd be a fan of, especially
definitely.
4 at the back. In terms of what intrigues me, I think it is Thiago, because even I thought Villa away would be tougher than Newcastle away, albeit Brentford already having won the former in terms of matches. And this game this weekend, it looks pretty good for the Bees in general. So, I don't know.
I think people do get fed up, but then they just go into João Pedro and Ekatike, aren't they? They just, seeing them score 13 points and they're point chasing. I would just bench him and I don't know, focus on someone else. I think because his fixtures
Fixtures.
get so good soon.
So, what are we saying? What game are we looking forward to the most if there is one?
Well, that Liverpool Man City game, I'm gonna have a lot of players in that. Well, I've got four players in that game. Yeah, hopefully there's loads of goals. Last one of the game week. Don't have anyone in Leeds Forest. Remember, it's a Friday deadline, so don't get caught out by that. Arsenal Sunderland, hoping for no rotations, but there might be rotations if Timber will start. West Ham Burnley, my last game with Bowen. And then Chelsea Wolves. Gosh, some good ones. Palace v Brighton, big derby.
Big one.
Hopefully Palace can get back to winning ways, but I'll take a draw again, to be honest. So I'll go to Liverpool Man City in conclusion.
Fair. No, that's a good shout. God, there's not many outstanding ones. I'm trying to go over one in which is different from yours. Look, maybe for the haircut and also just Spurs. I mean, what are they doing half the time? Man United, Tottenham.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Wait, whose haircut?
The United stand.
What?
No, the Afro.
Who?
What? The guy that's waiting for Man United to win 5 games in a row.
Oh, the haircut guy. Yes. Sorry, my bad.
Sorry. I thought we were at a stage of awkwardness.
I thought Bruno Fernandes had an afro or something.
I mean, that would have been great for the game, wouldn't it? And I don't think Casemiro has left football yet, according
He's
to.
a baller.
Yeah, he is. Well, what a performance he had on the weekend. So.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
That's fixtures.
Spurs. That Man City Spurs game was crazy. Like Man City dominated the first half, and then somehow Tottenham came back. I think all the Tottenham fans want them to do bad so Thomas Frank can leave, but he kind of just keeps grinding out results somehow.
He does.
Yeah. And congrats to Arsenal making it to Wembley.
Thank you. And I think a big mentality Arteta needs to install in the players is one, we need to win these finals. So players are used to holding up cups like this guy did in his prime. Oh, he's long gone, that fella, unfortunately. Do you agree? Yeah. Probably Marcello.
But yeah.
So Chelsea won last night. Would that have made it a little more of an interesting double game week in terms of FPL?
Yeah, I mean, I've got Pickford, Enzo, and Chalobah. I probably would have brought another Chelsea in either this week or next week, and probably another Everton in just to get the doubles. Because I don't think a lot of people have many of those teams, whereas everyone's probably tripled up on Arsenal already. Well, apart from you. Yeah, it would have been a bit more interesting, I think. I think a lot of people have, not really got many Everton. The fixtures aren't great, so yeah. But no, I'm fine with Arsenal doubling. It's a good double. You'd hope, and yeah, you can. But no, it would have been interesting, definitely. I was cheering for Chelsea, obviously. If not just for the interesting double. Not that I like Chelsea any more than Arsenal, to be fair, though. It's only because you guys are so much better this year.
That's understandable. Right. One more question before potentially going to teams or any other matters that I may have missed. Going back to the triple captain, could you make a case for waiting until game week 33?
I mean, 33... My plan is still free hit 32 so that I can have 15 doublers in 33 and bench boost it. If there's not a possibility to have 15 bench boosters, then, that would be annoying. But even like 12 bench boosters, like, you know, a good goalkeeper and another doubler on your bench would be really powerful. Only issue is one of those games is Arsenal at home. That's the thing, like, Man City's fixtures in that game aren't great if they do double. And also, yeah, there is a chance that they don't double, because if Man City and if they don't like progress in Europe and they make it into the FA Cup, they can just leave the game in that game week and move it forward, because they won't have a European game, that and it will just stay in that game week, and then they won't double. So I feel like this is just a good time to get rid of your triple captain. You know, Arsenal, Gabriel scores a lot, Rice is quite good, some easy teams, and then game week 33. You know, it depends what other chips you have. Like the bench boost, I feel goes so well with a wild card. Sorry, did I say free hit or wild card? So wild card 32, bench boost 33, and free hit them out in 34. But you might find that free hitting in 33 is better. So yeah, it really depends later for 33. You just want to leave those chips open as much. If you've already used your bench boost, then yeah, maybe you could leave your triple captain for later. But even then, it's like triple captain Haaland or Semenyo. Like Haaland isn't the main guy at City anymore. There's always like Semenyo might get the goals now. Cherky might be involved. Like obviously, I'm not saying Haaland is terrible, but he's not as good as he was when we triple captained him at the start of the season. He's not like the only goal scorer at Man City anymore. So yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting.
It is. And well said on the Haaland point too. Plenty to think about down the line. I didn't really consider triple captain come next double game week, but with this talk of momentum, maybe I can't bring myself to it.
The thing is as well, like when Gabriel and Arsenal went on that clean sheet run, like they were really fighting for every clean sheet, and like, what was it, like 10 games or 8 games or something earlier this season? And then now they kind of like haven't kept clean sheet in a while. But maybe they're like going to start a nice run now. The fixtures are a bit easier. They just got a clean sheet against Chelsea last night. You know, they're into the final. You know, FA Cup is coming. Top of the Champions League is coming. They might get back into that. All right, lads, let's really buckle down and keep a clean sheet. So, yeah, like you said, a bit of momentum. If they keep a clean sheet against Sunderland, they go into the double, like a nice run of couple clean sheets. That's a good sign. So I hope Sunderland don't score, and it is at the Emirates, so that's good.
Lots to ponder, similar to team selection nearly every week too. Is it time for that?
Yes.
Yeah. Sweet.
Well, my one, in short.
Sure. He's not going long.
No, I'm just gonna be rolling, I think. A couple benching headaches and a couple captaincy headaches. But if I was to transfer someone, well, obviously I don't have Bruno, so I'd probably take a hit for Bruno, but I just don't need to do that. If I roll this week, I can have 2 free transfers next week if I want to have Bruno for is it West Ham, I think. But yeah, my main threats are Bruno, Rogers, Thiago. Who else am I missing? João Pedro, can't get Raya. Van de Ven, but he's getting sold. Virgil is fine. Embuemo, Cucurella, Bruno G, Senesi. Yeah, maybe a Bournemouth, maybe more Bournemouth. Krupi and Bruno. But I don't really want to do that this week. So So yeah, I'm just going to roll. And I sold Wirtz. I kind of want him back, but not the next two. I'm happy to not have him until West Ham, I guess. So
it's a good team.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with my threats. You know, Rodgers is a hard game. Bruno has Tottenham at home, which I guess isn't really a hard game, but you know, you can't have them all. Yeah, and then I've got Wilson and Gahey on the bench. I just hope Liverpool score. Obviously, if Liverpool don't score, then I should probably bench Ekitike for Gahey, but I could just see them scoring, surely. Gahey looked so bad in that last game against Tottenham. I think there was a stat that Man City haven't scored a goal in the second half of this year, but I guess this year's only a few weeks.
So, yeah, to compliment too, that was the first time City had gone 2-0 up at half time and didn't hold on to win since the Manchester Derby in 2017.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I just expected so much better from Gahey, and then especially Tottenham. Like, what, they subbed off Romero at half time, their captain. I don't know if he had like a strop in the dressing room, and then they came out and and did amazing. What a weird game that was. I was expecting Haaland and Semenyo to go crazy in the second half. Gahey to hold his clean sheet, but yeah. What did you think of the Gahey own goal / was it a foul / they gave it to Thiago in the to what's his name, Solanke in the end? Was that a foul?
Wouldn't think so.
A lot of the Man City, you know, Rodri came out and said like should have been a foul. Pep was like really having a go at the ref, like there's an agenda against Man City winning the league. I saw a video today of like some Man City fan posted on Twitter that the CEO of the Premier League or someone basically said we would like to see new teams win the Premier League every year. And I think it was from a while back. It wasn't from this year, but it's like we can't just have one team winning it. So it's like, how is he saying stuff like that? And like, you can't want another team to win if, you know, Liverpool or Man City or Arsenal want to win the title 7 years in a row. What? Makes you think.
It does. The last time a new side actually won the Premier League was 10 seasons ago.
Oh, my God. Well, clearly their plan isn't working. Was that Leicester? It was 10 years ago? Oh, my God. It feels like only yesterday. But yeah, I think I start Pickford over Kelleher this week, but then Pickford's fixtures do get worse later, and Kelleher
Everton
might come in.
are a better side on the road than at home too.
Yeah, and then Anderson or Wilson. I can't really put Wilson in over any of these attackers.
Or could you do Wilson over Anderson?
Yeah, that's the only
3-4-3.
But then I'm playing him against Pickford.
Oh, yes. You want a 0-0, don't you?
I would love a 0-0, and I could see that being 0-0.
Or do you want a penalty save and then Wilson just grabs a rebound, but he's not the actual penalty tag. He's 10 metres away and just going to zip lines everyone.
Yeah, but Raul Jimenez doesn't miss penalties, so...
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever missed a Prem penalty. I think he's the record holder now. Most pens without a miss. And then Gahey on my bench. I think I'm happy benching Gahey because I want Liverpool to score. So yeah, that's me done. I just want the Friday to come so that I don't make any dumb changes and waste my transfer, and then hopefully I can get Bruno in next week. I don't want to be tempted.
You're a man with a plan, and it's paying dividends at the minute. Thanking you as always. Now here's mine. We've got 2 moves, I think, up the sleeve and 2.5 in the bank. Yeah, we do. So we could play around. But as always, I always like what Dan FPL fella says. Field the lineup that you would and see what the issues could well be.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Senesi one's intriguing because yes, I could easily bolster it this week, but all the top transfer into Arsenal and Chelsea, I don't think it's the right week to double up on their defence. I don't think I want to go there.
Not double Arsenal defence.
I'm not sure about this week, especially having seen Bournemouth keep a clean sheet for the first time in a while, but Villa didn't even score. And I don't think I'll bench Senesi and upgrade Dorgu. I think Senesi, I could get away with just as that.
Who would you go Dorgu to? I think. What about Thiago? Do you want to start him? People are selling him.
So at the minute, I'm thinking of doing Voltamar to Pedro and then bench Harry Wilson.
Oh, not bench Thiago.
Oh, not at the moment, because like, how are Newcastle going to be? Because they've got to prepare for qualifying playoff against Karabag.
Yeah, well, that's later, isn't it? Or was that this week? That's not this week.
Yeah, that's the 19th.
Yeah, so they'll give it their all, surely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then they got.
I would probably bench Thiago, but no, it's a tough one. I would upgrade Dorgu and bench Thiago, personally.
Would you not get rid of Voltamar?
Yeah, I like João Pedro as well.
Mm.
I would, yeah. I mean, could you do Voltamar to João Pedro and then Dorgu? How much does that leave you?
That would leave me for a bit, yeah.
If you could get like... Yeah, I saw Voltamar in my draft team this week. Oh, that's really good. You can go anywhere. Timber.
Yeah, I can go anywhere. It's more
exact money for Timber. Job done.
Oh, smack me.
It's meant to be.
Is it meant to be?
Let's see. João Pedro rising tonight, so you can't do it tomorrow. So yeah, have fun with that tonight.
Well, this is how.
Well, you could just do João Pedro tonight and then think about Dorgu.
Yeah, I mean, whatever we've got, let's just have fun. So,
wait. Is João Pedro definitely going to start?
I've gone past
What's fixtures? You've done it. Not Wilson, Thiago. Wilson's incredible. That's a good team. Who's your captain?
I've got Gabriel.
Yeah, good shout. You don't have Bruno also. Who can you upgrade to Bruno?
Well, how much money?
Your midfield's so nice though, man.
It is good.
You can't upgrade anyone to Bruno. Maybe Semenyo or Rice, yeah. Do you like Rice? Yeah, you have to keep him.
For the double, yeah, we keep him.
No, I think.
Oh.
Who's that? Semenyo? Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if I like that. I'm not sure. It feels a bit sideways. I like upgrading Dorgu because... How long is Dorgu out for?
He's out for weeks, but I think...
What's your bench? Go back to your pick team.
Yeah, pick team.
Who's your bench cover? You've got bench cover, to be fair. That's fine.
I could get away without doing a Dorgu move.
You can just roll. Who are you going to get rid of next week? No one's fixtures change. Aren't you going to want another Arsenal for the double? Who's your third Arsenal? I think Kieran in the chat said Zubamendi. I like Zubamendi, but no. What about Trossard? Are you tempted by like another Arsenal attacker for the double?
Well,
Trossard, Madueke, Havertz.
Not the strikers, I don't think. No. No, actually, I'm with you. I think that is a good team.
Not Dorgu, Timber. You know Timber is going to bang eventually.
Yeah.
And you've got 2 chances of that being in the double.
That's
They might get benched. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
everyone's going to have him, and it's going to hurt.
Do you go to Saliba for the safety?
No, I wouldn't. Well, I haven't, but I'll probably go. You can go Raya. Go Raya, yeah. Kelleher to Raya or Dubravka. Kelleher to Raya. Kelleher's fixtures get good though.
Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah. Okay. No, that's.
I went to Dorby to Timber. When's Timber rising? Tomorrow. Sleep on it.
Yeah, well, mate, I need a good sleep. It's been too much of a busy
You're
week.
going to need another Arsenal player, right?
Yeah, because I know sometimes we talk about double game weeks where players who have good single game week fixtures could easily outscore players with a double. In general, this might sound a bit daft. Is it 100% we're sold on that it's worth having a third player from the Arsenal team?
I would say definitely. Do you not? What, just because of rotation?
Could be that, but could it also be where they find a way to concede in both games? Because Arsenal did concede against Wolves.
Yeah, get an attacker then.
Oh, I'm not going to Gyökeres. I'm not going.
Then you have to sell Wilson. Your midfield's really good. That is annoying, actually.
Yeah, it is. Can I also present, if that's okay, something that's also quite annoying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which is why we're going straight to Captain's Corner, because we've got a bit to think about. I mean, all right. First of all, start Erling Haaland. Now, Saturday will mark exactly 5 years since City last won at Anfield, and that was the 7th of February 2021. So good luck to Pep's side. He's only managed a goal and an assist in his last 7 game weeks. However, he is top for expected goal involvement this season overall across any other player with 20.21 and expected goals of 18.88. But the alternatives, Bruno Fernandes at home to Spurs. The last time he blanked in a game where United did manage to score was the 4th of December at home to West Ham. Since then, played 7 matches and he's managed to score 3 goals alongside 8 assists. He's the most transferred in midfield at the minute with well over 350,000 transfers in. In addition, he scored the most points of any player in the game in the last 4 game weeks. Gabriel at home to Sunderland. Now, we're thinking this could be the captain pure candidate for the double, but could it also be for the curtain raiser at home to a newly promoted side who have only scored 6 goals from their 12 trips on the road this season. Only Wolves have scored less than such tally in terms of a category with 5. The Brazilian, 47 points in his last 6 game weeks. Since his injury and coming back from it, he's turned into a Brazilian Hulk, let's put it that way. And he's also the most transferred in defender. Jared Bowen, he's never returned against Burnley. However, he is the top for expected assists amongst all forwards this season with 1.93 per game week, by the looks of it. In addition, 34 points he's registered in the last 6 game weeks. And João Pedro away at Wolves, 30 points in his last 3. The most transferred in player. And in the last 4 meetings against Wolves, since that capitulation at home where they lost 4-2, having gone 2 up 2 seasons back, they've managed to score 16 goals against Saturday's opponent. So think wisely. This could be the week to go different, and it pays off. Hopefully that covers the wraps enough.
Yeah. Some good options this week. But I think I'll be doing Gabriel as well.
You will?
I think so. Well, I don't have Bruno. Have you seen the Man City team as well? Haaland is rested today, which might be a good thing for him, but against Liverpool this weekend, I don't know. So Marmoush starts. I think Gay isn't eligible to play this week. Semenyo's starting. Yeah, interesting. Foden's starting today. So yeah, come on Newcastle. So that City don't blank.
Wow. We covered a lot. And You wouldn't believe it. That's been an hour.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Couldn't have said it any better.
And we have a nice tweet coming from Michael, who's Michael is watching us.
All right, let's have a gaze. What's happening here?
This is his setup, and he's got the addicts on the screen live, and he's got his FPL strategy on the little monitor, and it says, "I will triple captain Gabriel."
Oh, that's a fan mail. Maybe it should be a new segment of ours, a fan mail. But whew.
Yeah, fan mail.
So yeah, but as always, I appreciate you spreading the love.
Watching.
Yeah, spreading the love on your behalf too, Marcello, because considering you've got the bigger following. So that doesn't get done if it's not for your last minute sharing. So thank you.
Oh, that's good. But yeah.
Brilliant. Amazing.
Thank you guys. Thank you, chat. Have a good week.
Yes. Have a good week. And we'll see you for what's midweek football come next week. It's a short turnaround. I can't get my head around a half.
Oh my God, is it this one? Oh.
Yeah. Until then, all the best. Cheers.